Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, especially for you today, Ola Więcławska, young journalist on tour. We are presenting the effect of our work during the project. Young people from Poland, Belarus and Germany learn how to write about human rights. New project Young Journalists on Tour, organized by Kreisau Initiative, Krzyżowa Foundation and Center for International Studies Minsk, is nearly to be finished.
I really like this project because there are 3 countries and 3 cultures. We met together first in Krzyżowa, and then we drove to Dresden, a German city. Yeah, the trip to Dresden for 4 days, I guess, was really nice. We had a guided tour, and also we had some research time.
I'm really happy that I took part in a project called Young Journalist on Tour, because it gave me a lot of experiences, like to be a journalist, and I know a lot of things about how to write, how to make photos, or how to make movie, for example. And I met a lot of very interesting and friendly people from different countries, from Poland, Germany, and of course from Belarus. And we got on very well, and I hope that we'll be friends and in the future.
I really like the idea of the project because here are people from different parts of Europe, from different countries. So we have a possibility to know their cultures better, to get in touch with people from different countries. And I like the idea of learning journalism more. So we learned how to make a good article, how to prepare some front pages in newspapers.
I think that all the participants did a really great job here on the workshops in Wrocław and here in Krzyżowa. I really liked one day when they were preparing a kind of front page of a magazine of a local newspaper. I was really impressed by the effects of their work, because they were even better than many newspaper front pages which I've seen that were already printed and they were published.
Thanks to this project, teenagers from different countries can cooperate and improve international understanding. It's a very precious experience because they're not only getting familiar with human rights and journalistic skills, but also with other cultures. Luisa Kalka for Young Journalists on Tour.
For research, in last 6 months the results are very wondering. 62% of Wrocław citizens think that the problem of discrimination doesn't exist in their city. But on the other hand, inhabitants of small cities can't agree with that. Discrimination is still a big problem in Germany and Poland. Today, 2 experts, German and Polish, are talking about and explaining their results. What kind of discrimination is the biggest problem?
The biggest problem in Germany of discrimination is racism, of course. In our research we talked a lot with people from the street. For example, we have one guy from India who really thinks it is a really big problem and feel discriminated by himself. We talked to a professor from Japan who lives and works in Dresden, and he thinks it is a problem, but it's getting better all the time. And then we talked also to a girl from Turkey. She have never been in touch with discrimination, and she thinks the problem is not as big as many people say. In our shorter street interviews, the opinion was mostly that there is a really big problem in Germany of discrimination, especially in the eastern part, because in the eastern part there is a bigger concentration of members of the NPD, the National German Party. Of course there are other kinds of discrimination, as you can see in the mind map. Discrimination is mainly because of prejudice. That's what Hendrik Stafinger said, a mobbing advisor from an organization called Verdi. Mobbing is another big problem of discrimination in Germany, and so I give to my colleague from Poland. He will tell us something about the situation in Poland.
In Poland, the situation is almost the same, because the main problem connected with discrimination is racism. After doing almost 15 interviews with common people in the street, we found out that the problem of discrimination is grave in Poland, but it's less and the smaller problem in the city of Wrocław, because from the interviews we found out that citizens of Wrocław are really open-minded, and as a percentage shows, 62% of them say that discrimination is not a big problem in Wrocław city, when 38% says that it really is.
The situation in Dresden and Wrocław is promising, but not everywhere it looks like that. Will the future situation improve? Is it possible to reduce a problem of discrimination? Everything is in our hands. Martin Keller for Young Journalists on Tour.
Polish media are influenced by government. Have we really got a freedom of speech in our country? Henryk Popławski, a journalist from radio Tok FM, was forced to change his audition after his critical statement about President of Wrocław, Rafał Dudkiewicz.
People in Poland can publish whatever they want. They can express their emotions in the internet, in the mass media, I mean television, newspapers and so on. They also have freedom of choice about what to write, what to give to the audience. From time to time we are the eyewitness of the lack of freedom of speech in Poland. For example, a few months ago, the journalist from Tok FM radio, Henryk Popławski, wanted to make an audition about the president of Wrocław, Rafał Dudkiewicz. The material criticized the president, so the journalist couldn't do it.
How objective are information delivered by television, radio and newspapers? How much we can trust it? Polish law guarantees us freedom of speech, but it's not the same as independence from government. Daria Jurkova for Young Journalists on Tour.
And this was the last news of our broadcast. Hope you enjoyed it, and we wish you a wonderful evening.